talked about stress. Now, I mean, college students are really stressful and they balance a lot of things at the same time. So, what advice do you have for students trying to balance research, academics, and extracurricular activities effectively?
Mm. I think number one, give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up if you find yourself dropping the ball and trying to juggle all these things. You're new at it, right? This is what college is for. You're trying to essentially learn how to manage all these different responsibilities that are sort of newly on your plate, right? And I think it's understood from like my perspective because I work with a lot of college students and trainees. It's understood that you're a student and you're going to make mistakes. I think the thing is try not to make the same mistake over and over again, right? If you run into a lesson, do your best to improve and to learn that lesson. Not to say that if you make it the same mistake twice that you're going to get, fired or whatever it is. But if you make the same mistake over and over and over and over again, that's a sign that hey, maybe you're not paying attention to the lesson that you're supposed to be learning here. But a little bit of forgiveness for yourself goes a long way. And I think one of the patterns that I used to get myself in is when I held myself to a standard that was way too high. How could I expect myself as a college student or as a graduate student that's in their first or second year? How could I expect myself to be perfect and to not make mistakes and to, and if something doesn't work out perfect the first time, like, why am I getting upset? Everybody goes through that, right? It's expected, right? So, I would say try not to put excessive pressure on yourself to do everything perfectly. You're allowed to make some mistakes, but give it your best effort. And if you do mess up, be humble and apologize. Take accountability for it. Don't, there's a lot of perceived fear that comes with making mistakes. And I think what we tend to do is try to hide it and sweep it under the rug and hope that nobody finds out about it. But I think if you take the high road and you take accountability and you're honest and forthright with yourself and with others, what you find is not only do you find that the consequences weren't as bad as you thought they were going to be, but you find that you gain some respect with people and that they can respect the fact that you were big enough to acknowledge that you fell short and that you're giving a genuine effort to do better next time, right? These are, you know, basic things I think that, we're taught through the stories and the things that we see as children, but now's the time where we have an opportunity to put it into practice, right? So a little bit of courage, a little bit of bravery, and a little bit of forgiveness for yourself, I would say.
No, that sounds great. Thank you so much. That was